Hey guys, today's video is sponsored by Filmora.io. Filmora.io are a community for creators who want to learn to make better videos and grow their YouTube channel. You'll find things like free resources which include channel art templates and awesome content including videos and tips. Right now they are giving away the ultimate GoPro prize pack which is valued at over $800. This includes a GoPro Hero 6 and $430 worth of accessories. So to enter, all you have to do is click the link in the description and share to win. Good luck. This rebuild is special for me. The Western Sydney Wanderers, the club I love, the club I am a season ticket holder at, the club that I sing my heart out for on the terraces every match day. We're a club with so much history after such little time. After our foundation in 2012, so much success and heartache has already been endured. Asian Champions League winners against all the odds in 2014, A-League Premier Plate winners in 2012, and 3 heartbreaking A-League Grand Final losses. However, this past season has been rough. After Foundation manager Tony Popovich left the club a week before the season began, we never really recovered, with Hayden Fox and Josip Gombau unable to get the results required to see us finish in a finals position. Today, I am going to take over the club I love and put them through their paces with Mr. Rebuild at the helm. Now, obviously, there is no Asian Champions League in FIFA 18, so we will be moving the Wanderers to the German 3rd Division. Let's see how long it takes us to climb up the divisions and ultimately become champions of Europe. Today, we rebuild the Western Sydney Wanderers. G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. As I said, welcome to a very special rebuild. I have been holding off on doing this rebuild for such a long time. It is going to be the Western Sydney Wanderers rebuild. Very excited to get into this rebuild, however. Should be quite an interesting one. Wasn't sure really where to put the Wanderers, but I decided the 3rd German league will make it somewhat easier for us to climb up and build a solid squad. But anyways, if you guys do want to enjoy what is sure to be a very special rebuild, make sure you leave a like on the video and make sure, if you are new around here, that you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. For those of you who have not seen a rebuilding challenge video yet, here are the rules. So the main objective of this is to take a team to the Champions League final. We will be simulating every single game up until the Champions League final, which we will play ourselves. We can make whatever transfers we like. Realistic, unrealistic, it does not matter. There's a big focus on the transfer window, only showing players that we sign. And finally, don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. Let's get into the rebuild. So this is what our squad looks like for the first season. I've updated a few of the transfers that have happened in real life. I mean, if you follow the A-League, you would know that Jordan O'Doherty signed for the Wanderers. You would know Bruce Kamau signed for the Wanderers, Tong Yik, Elrich Fitzgerald, these sort of players into the club, gotten rid of Sakudo and those sort of players. But anyways, for the first season, my main goals are to bring in some more centre backs. We do not have depth in the centre back spot. And then bring in a new centre midfielder perhaps, get some more depth there, maybe a new goalkeeper. It's all just about depth with this squad. Sylvain Hefty is going to be our first signing for this rebuild with the Wanderers. The Swiss centre back arrives from FC St. Gallen for £680,000. And on the same day, we are going to sign a brand new centre midfielder. Now, I apologize to all the Greek subscribers out there. I'm going to give it my best shot. But we have signed Konstantinos Gallinopoulos. Okay. He arrives from Athens, AK Athens, for £1.175 million. An absolute bargain. And a pretty exciting transfer. Now, I believe at the moment for Season 1, we've overpaid in signing Christian Fruchtel. We paid £2.25 million. However, given how good this guy is on FIFA 18 career mode, it's going to be an investment well worth it by the time we get to Season 2, 3, and beyond. This guy could potentially be here for the majority or the entirety of the rebuild. So welcome to the Wanderers, Christian Fruchtel. And our first player departure here, Steven Lustica has left the Wanderers in real life, so I decided to get rid of him in this rebuild. He is moving for £340,000. And we're going to bring in another centre back here as we sign Obita Evan Ndika from Auxerre in the French League for £800,000. So it's been a very productive opening window here. We have brought in Hefty, Gallinopoulos, Fruchtel and Ndika, and we have sold Steven Lustica, so our starting 11 already looking pretty good. I honestly don't know what to expect from this first season, so we'll just see how we're going halfway through season 1 in the 3rd division of Germany. Well, here we are halfway through the season on the 1st of January, and I've got to say, things aren't going nearly as well as I thought they would. I thought we would be a strong contender for promotion this season, but we're sitting in 14th position on 23 points, which is quite upsetting. I mean, we can't get relegated, thankfully, but we're not looking like we're going to get promoted in season 1, which is frustrating. We'll see what business we can do in January, then hopefully make a push at least to go further up the table, but I thought we would be in a much better position than this. Well, I mean, doing business was pretty hard this window considering this is all we had to work with, so looking at our manager rating, here's to hoping we don't get sacked in season 1. Let's just have a redeemable second half of the season. Let's just make sure that we bloody well survive. So at the end of the season, we have climbed the table a little bit, and we actually had a half-decent second half of the season, but it was not enough to get near promotion. We finished in 10th position on 53 points, and brutally, we need to be better next season. Karl Schruher and Wehen are going to go up automatically, with Preben Munster to go in the playoff game. Also, apologies for my terrible pronunciations throughout the entirety of this rebuild, but I'm just hopeful that we keep our job. And that Munster side actually aren't going up. They lost the relegation playoff final. Barcelona won the Champions League, and AC Milan won the Europa League, but we're nowhere near either of those competitions at the moment. So, the moment of truth, do we keep our job? We do. Alright, thank God. We are going to be in charge of the Wanderers for Season 2. Let's be better. As LeBron James says, be better tomorrow. And we begin our second season. I don't know what's happened to the back of his jersey, but we begin our second season with another young talent joining the side, just bolstering up the squad. Raheem Harper coming here from West Brom for £700,000. And Chris Willick is going to join us here at the Western Sydney Wanderers. The English left winger signs an absolute steal. His value's gone up since we signed him, but we paid £2.8 million for him. Alright, Harper and Willick have joined us this window. £3.5 million spent, no players out of the club. I really don't want to be selling players in this video, not because it's the club I support, but because our squad depth is so small that it's really going to hurt us if we sell players, and they're not really worth that much in terms of pound value to begin with, but let's see what we can do in this season. I think our squad is good enough for promotion, but we'll see if the FIFA gods believe that as well. The hunt for promotion to the second division is going very, very well. Halfway through the season on the 1st of January, it is us and Duisburg pushing it big time. We are killing it, 11 points clear of Regensburg and any other side. We're hunting for automatic promotion, and right now, we are definitely on track. And we have signed ourselves a brand new left back. Diego Pampin, the 18-year-old Spaniard, joins us from Celta Vigo for £1.55 million. So Marcelo Carrusca had less than 6 months remaining on his contract. I tried to offer him a new contract, but it said he was retiring at the end of the season, but somehow he's accepted a contract for next season with Munster, so that makes no sense to me, but oh well, I don't know what Munster's got themselves into. So Pampin in, Carrusca out, but not yet. Carrusca out next season. Anyways, will we get promoted with this side? Let's go and find out. So last season we were absolutely trash, but this season we demolished the league finished top by 12 points, and we will move up to the second division of the Bundesliga. We are joined by Duisburg, and it means Regensburg are going to be playing in the playoff game. In the DFB Pokal, Schalke did win that tournament. Not sure who won it last season. We weren't in it for some reason. It didn't come up when I checked. Regensburg do get promoted with us. They won the relegation playoff 4-3. Bayern Munich won the Champions League, and Valencia won the Europa League on penalties. So season 2 couldn't have gone any better. We absolutely crush it. Excited to see how we do in the second division in season 3. So we kick off season 3 with a striker signing. Pietro Pellegrini is joining us from AS Monaco for £1.4 million. He won't be our starting striker right away, but once Oriol Riera declines a little bit more and Pietro grows and they overtake one another, then he'll become our starting striker. And with the limited funds we had remaining, we decided to bring in another midfielder to the club. Tom Bayliss is joining us from Coventry City for £2 million. So a pretty interesting transfer window. Not too much of a budget to work with. We've only got this much left, but we brought in Pellegrini and Bayliss. Our squad is slowly but surely growing. I don't know what to expect in the second Bundesliga division, but we'll find out together in a few seconds. So we desperately want to avoid relegation, and at the moment we are walking a very fine line. We find ourselves in 13th position on 19 points, 5 points away from Karlsruhe, who are in the playoff relegation spot. Dresden and Kaiserslautern are in the automatic spots. And then at the other end of the table, Nuremberg and Ingolstadt are in the first and second spot, and Sandhausen are in the promotion playoff spot. Will we be able to finance some more transfers into the club this window? I don't know, but let's go find out. No business done this window. Hopefully it doesn't matter. Hopefully we can maintain our position in the Bundesliga second division and continue to grow for the future. I'll see you at the end of season 3. So we've actually had a very good second half of the season. We've climbed the Bundesliga 2 table, and we finished the third season in 7th position. I am quite happy with that. Yes, it's not promotion, but obviously it is not relegation, and it really gives me the belief that in season 4 we can have a solid push for promotion. Ingolstadt and Nuremberg are automatically promoted. Darmstadt has to play the promotion playoff. Dresden plays the relegation playoff, and Regensburg and Kaiserslautern are relegated. In the DFB Pokal, it was Leverkusen winning that title. Hanover won the relegation match against Darmstadt, and Dresden absolutely destroyed Magdeburg in the relegation playoff. Man City won the Champions League final, and Real Betis beat Liverpool to win the Europa League final. So season 3 started off slow, but it finished pretty well. Let's see if we can use that momentum as we push on here with the Western Sydney Wanderers in season number 4. So season 4 begins with a new centre-back signing. We have brought in the Scottish centre-back Scott McKenna from Aberdeen for £3.3 million. So just the one signing for this 4th season, McKenna into the club. It's hard with these lower rebuilds to get the cash into the club to make big signings, but let's see how the hunt for promotion is going halfway through season 4. Also, I just sounded very British right there. I don't know if I was the only one that thought that. Oh well, see you halfway through it. Well, we're mid-table at the moment, halfway through the season, 22 points, but we're still in with a decent shot of getting promoted if we can have a good second half of the season. Only 6 points behind Dusseldorf in 3rd position. A long way to go. Very hopeful that we can get up there. But on the other hand, Heidenheim in 16th position on 18 points. So we're even closer to the relegation zone. This table, this season, very weird. Oh my god. I submitted this offer thinking this would be funny if it happened. But somehow, wow, I don't even know if I should accept this. This doesn't feel right. Malcolm agrees to a pre-contract with us for next season. He better be hoping that we're in the Bundesliga. 88 rated. What in the actual hell is happening right now? Welcome next season to the Western Sydney Wanderers, Malcolm. Wow, I did not expect that to happen. So I mean, not much business done this window, not much to talk about in this entire season, but my god, I still can't get over the fact that we signed Malcolm. It feels like nobody ever declines pre-contract if the money's there, which is a kind of a reflection on our society. If the money's there, they don't care, but let's see whether Malcolm's going to be joining us in the Bundesliga, the second Bundesliga, or God forbid, the third Bundesliga. Well, that's embarrassing. It looks like Malcolm's going to be joining us in the Bundesliga 2 as we finish in 12th position. We did worse than last season. Get your act together, boys. We don't want to stay in Bundesliga 2 limbo forever. We finish on 42 points. No real danger of getting relegated, but also we didn't pose any real danger of getting promoted. So relegation not on the cards, promotion not on the cards, just a mid-table season. Augsburg and Darmstadt going up automatically. Duisburg in the playoff game, and then Dresden in the playoff game for relegation, but Kiel and Karl Schruher cannot be saved. Schalke won the DFB Pokal. I reckon that trophy is one of the coolest trophies in world football. Certainly doesn't beat the A-League toilet seat though. All A-League fans know what I'm talking about. Hamburg won the relegation match, so things stay as they are for these two sides. And Dresden lost their relegation playoff game, so they are going down to the third division. Chelsea won an All-English Champions League final, and Liverpool, they won an All-English Europa League final, 5-4 on penalties against Arsenal. Very disappointing season 4. The thought that we've got Malcolm coming next season does provide a little bit of consolation, but let's hope we can get promoted, or at least get to the playoffs next season, because we don't want to stay in League 2 limbo. So I feel like we have a decent starting 11 starting to be built here, so I'm doing what I love to do in these long-term rebuild videos. I am beginning this 5th season, bringing in some free agents. 2 of them have accepted, 2 of the regens. Karol Baranov, he is joining us. No idea what nationality he is from, the black, blue and white nationality, but 65 rated centre back. And then Den Docker, 63 rated Belgian left midfielder, very versatile, coming into the club. Hopefully we'll have a few more coming in though. Alright, 2 more here, 2 big players. We are bringing in Samuel Artiles Romero, 63 rated, just a sort of rotational midfielder. All these players are just used to grow over the next few seasons and then probably be sold on for a decent profit. So Romero will come in, and then Manuel Jesus Fornals Mala. Very excited about this guy, 19 years of age, 69 overall. The Spanish centre-back signs at Western Sydney. Alright, another free agent. I think this season, or at least this window, is just going to be full of free agents. Ricardo Ryla da Silva Barbosa. Very long name. Bayern Munich. He rejected Bayern Munich to join us, and that fills me with confidence. Welcome to the Western Sydney Wanderers midfield. So 5 free agents brought in. Hopefully these 5 players can grow throughout the rebuild. Hopefully it'll be like Manchester United had with the class of 92, although I guess these weren't youth academy prospects. Regardless, Den Docker, Baranov, Fornals Mala, Artiles Romero and Da Silva Barbosa, they are all brought into the club. Our starting 11 continues to grow. I'm sure Malcolm's going to kill it. Surely we have to be one of the favourites for promotion. Let's see how that hunt is going halfway through the 5th season. So, here we are on the 1st of January, not getting it done as easily as we thought. We currently sit in 3rd position in the 2nd Bundesliga division, hoping that we can have a strong second half of the season and get ourselves up to 2nd or even 1st place, but 2nd place is a big goal of ours. But there's a lot of teams chasing. I mean, we lose a game and we could be potentially down all the way in 6th. So I can't predict where we're going to be at the end of the season. Hopefully it is on our way to the Bundesliga though. No way! We have done it again! So last season we brought in Malcolm on a pre-contract. I was sitting here surely thinking that there was no chance in the world we would be able to have lightning strike twice. Dele Alli of all players, accepts a contract to play with us at Western Sydney next season. And for Dele Alli's career's sake, I really hope we get promoted. But oh my, I put in my last rebuild, a lot of people left comments saying limit yourself to one pre-contract a season, so I'm going to follow that. We've got our one pre-contract for this 5th season. Dele Alli coming to the Wanderers. That is ridiculous. Well, next season is going to be fun. Dele Alli coming in with Malcolm. We'll have 2 90 rated players in squad, and we could still potentially be in the 2nd division. That would make rebuild history. I mean, I don't think we've ever had a 90 rated player in the 2nd division before. Will we have 2? I certainly hope not, because let's push for promotion. I'll see you at the end of what has been a very weird season 5. So I really thought that finishing top of the league was out of reach for us, but we have had an incredible second half of the season. It seems like we've only had 2 losses for the second half of the season, and we finished top by a point. It would have come down to the final day. It is us and Duisburg into the Bundesliga for next season. Dele Alli and Malcolm into the Bundesliga. Union Berlin, who I believe were leading the league at the halfway point, are in 3rd in the playoff game. And Bochum, Freiburg and Brunswick all relegated or about to be relegated potentially. Hanover did win the DFB Pokal on penalties against Dortmund. Augsburg took down FC Union in the relegation match, so FC Union stay in the 2nd division. And Brunswick also stay in the 2nd division after Hansa Rostock, I believe their name is, they lost the relegation playoff between the 3rd and 2nd division. Manchester City win the Champions League final, and Real Sociedad took down Ajax to win the Europa League on penalties. So, whilst this was perhaps the weirdest season we have had, maybe in rebuild history, that was ridiculously weird, we still managed to finish top of the league. Malcolm proves while we paid the big bucks for him. Now we're in the Bundesliga. Dele Alli will be joining us. I'm excited to see what the future holds. Life in the Bundesliga. Season 6 begins with yet another free agent signing, but that wasn't my plan. I've just found 2 incredible players here. I know they're going to be absolutely incredible. The first one, Renato Gutierrez Bayer. He joins us now. 75 rated, 19 years old centre-back. Found some absolute gem free agents here, and hoping to bring Adria Prieto Albert in soon. He's negotiating between us and Bournemouth. And there we go, we bring in another centre-back here. So we bring in 2 young centre-backs who are pretty decently rated, which means I'm going to go ahead and sell some of the other centre-backs we bought earlier for profit and just replace them 1 for 1. Hopefully it will look like good business come the end of the rebuild. An absolute steal here, Julio Villalba is joining us, £1.3 million from Borussia Mönchengladbach. Now, I don't think he'll be our starting striker. I want to go in for a quality starting striker, but it's a bargain that I can't refuse. Welcome to the Western Sydney Wanderers, mate. Our quest to free up funds has seen Tom Bayliss moving back to the English football leagues. He moves to Aston Villa for £12.2 million. Another player departure here as Orbita Evan Ndika is making a move to Leeds United for £5.5 million. Joshua Sotirio is one of the latest players to depart the club. He began the series with us, or the video with us, but the winger is off to FC Tosno for £610,000. Another striker pickup here. We bring in Ben Brereton to the club. The Englishman signs from Chelsea on a release clause bargain. £11.3 million. Welcome to the Wanderers. So a deadline day transfer here. We have sold Sylvain Hefty to Darmstadt for £6.4 million. A very busy transfer window here. 4 players in, 4 players out. Gutierrez Bayer, Prieto Albert, Villalba and Brereton in. Bayliss and Ndika Sotirio and Hefty out of the club. The main objective for this season is survival, and I definitely think we have the assets to do just that. Got some more business planned for January, but let's see how we're going in the season so far. Well, at the moment, it seems like we are more likely to end up playing European football next season than we are to be relegated, which is brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant, but We sit in 9th position so far, 22 points. We convert some of these draws to wins, and we will be in a great position. Leverkusen, Köln, and Berlin all in the title race at the moment. Augsburg, Duisburg, and Hamburg all in the relegation battle. So our intention for this window is to bring in a first team quality right back, and we are going to sell Josh Risdon, one of my favourite players for the Wanderers at the moment, played for the Socceroos, the World Cup, etc, etc, but we have sold him to Dusseldorf for £4.5 million. And on the eve of a crucial game against Schalke, we bring ourselves in a brand new right back. It is going to be Aita Buñuel, who is coming from Osasuna for £14.4 million. Buñuel in, Risdon out. How are we going to finish this 6th season and our first in the Bundesliga? Let's find out. So we have missed out on European football by 2 bloody points. We finish in 8th position here in Season 6. A great start to life in the Bundesliga. Pretty interested to see how we can do next season, but that's a good season. Leverkusen absolutely run riot, winning the Bundesliga. Duisburg, Augsburg automatically relegated. Leipzig almost relegated, but Hamburg in the playoff game. Frankfurt did win the DFB Pokal. Hamburg survive, taking down Darmstadt to win the relegation match 4-2. Lyon stopped Man City from going back-to-back in the Champions League. Liverpool win an all-English Europa League final. So a great start to life in the Bundesliga. Let's see how we kick on in season number 7 of this Wanderers rebuild. Season number 7 with the Western Sydney Wanderers is going to start with a player departure. Pietro Pellegrini is off to SC Köln for £13 million. And we splash the cash to bring in a big name left back. Theo Hernandez signs from PSG for £27.5 million. So by no means was this the busiest window we've ever had, but it was a pretty significant one. We have Hernandez into the club, brand new left back, Pellegrini out of the club. Our starting 11 starting to take shape, starting to look really good in certain areas, but let's see how we're going halfway through this 7th season. Halfway through season 7, and we're in a pretty good spot. The main goal for me this season is to finish in that top 6, qualify for some sort of European football next season. I feel like we could qualify for the Champions League. Dortmund are on 29 points, we're on 25, so 4 points to make up. I think we can do it. Schalke leading with Leverkusen, and Stuttgart, Köln, and Werder Bremen all in big trouble, but we don't have a heap of money, but I'm still going to try working out a deal somehow for this window. So I didn't want to have to revert to this, but it got to the point where I realized we're not going to be able to make any business happen in this January window unless we bring in another pre-contract signing. So Hasim Aouar, someone that I actually wanted to sign in this rebuild, Hasim Aouar is going to be joining us next season on a free deal, 88 rated. That is a massive pickup. I wanted to do a lot more business in this window so we could give ourselves a big run of getting through to the Champions League for next season, but we're going to have to deal with what we have so far because Aouar is going to be our only player coming in next season. Interested to see where we finish season 7. I will check in with you guys then. So we've actually had a good second half of the season, and we will be playing European football next season. However, I do not think it will be in the Champions League. I think considering we finished 5th, we will be in the Europa League, 1 point away from Dortmund on 61 points, but definitely a lot to work with next season. Schalke win the Bundesliga, Stuttgart and Bremen relegated, Union Berlin in the playoff game. Oh, get in there! We won the DFB Pokal. That's our first piece of silverware in the DFB Pokal. We beat Hoffenheim. Who else did we beat? We beat Borussia Mönchengladbach, Hamburg, and Stuttgart. So, wow, okay. The Western Sydney Wanderers, DFB Pokal winners. That might mean we play Champions League next season. I'm not sure. At least we'll be playing Europa League. Union Berlin beat Freiburg to win the relegation match. AC Milan won the Champions League, and Arsenal won the Europa League. Slowly but surely getting there with Western Sydney. That ends season number 7. Europa League football, it seems like we are playing. So I'll see you in season number 8, hopefully for some more good times. Season 8 begins with a player departure. Really trying to upgrade our squad here and get the money to do it. We have sold one of our regen players, Manuel Jesus Fornals Mala, to Bologna for £16.6 million. We upgrade our centre-back positions here, spending £31.7 million. A lot of money for a centre-back, but we bring in Malang Sarr from Nice. Hopefully he continues to grow throughout this season and can really get us to the next level in this rebuild. So with 2 hours to go on deadline day, we have sold Scott McKenna to Hertha Berlin for £14.8 million. So I will look to use that money in January to bring in either a new centre back or maybe even a right back somewhere else, but we honestly don't have the time to go ahead and look for a new centre back now. So best of luck to Scott McKenna. So we've brought in Sarr and we have sold Fornals Mala and McKenna for this window. Our squad continues to grow, however. Hopefully Prieto Albert can continue to grow and we can actually make a run for the Champions League qualification at the end of this season, but we'll check in on that progress halfway through the season. So here we are on the 1st of January, and this is definitely what we want to see. We find ourselves definitely in the title race, sitting in 4th position. As long as we can occupy one of those top 4 spots come the end of the season, I will be stoked. We need to be playing Champions League football in Season 9. I think anything less than Champions League football with this squad we've started to build would be unacceptable. So, room for us to go up, room for us to go down. Let's see if we can pull in some players to help us go up even further in this January transfer window. So we were unable to bring in a world-class centre-back. We just didn't have the budget. However, we bring in a quality centre-back. Alessandro Bastoni, we signed the Italian centre-back, 81 rated, £23 million from Inter Milan. So we bring in Bastoni for this window, £23 million spent, no players out. Our starting 11, everybody over 80 rating now. Let's see if we'll be playing Champions League football for season number 9. Get in there! We finish in 3rd position, nowhere near the title race. Bayern Munich have had a very impressive second half of the season, but we finish in 3rd, which means we will be playing Champions League football finally in season number 9. Augsburg in the relegation playoff. Darmstadt and Union Berlin down to the 2nd Bundesliga. We were unable to retain our crown as DFB Pokal winners. We were eliminated on penalties in the quarterfinals by the eventual winners in Bayer Leverkusen. Augsburg absolutely crushed the relegation match, so they'll be back in the Bundesliga next season. We also played the Super Cup against Schalke at the start of the season, but unfortunately lost on penalty. Barcelona beat Bayern Munich in the Champions League final 3-2. I'm pretty interested to see how we can do in the Champions League next season. And Villarreal beat Leicester to win the Europa League. I can tell you guys for a fact that we lost in the round of 32 to CSKA and Moscow, who got eliminated in the round of 16. Been a very long rebuild so far. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it, but let's take the next step. Champions League football in season number 9. So season 9 begins with not just 1, but 2 player departures. João Renato Coutinho Bayer is off to Frankfurt for £22.5 million, and Raheem Harper back to English football off to Stoke City for £18.4 million. And we make a big upgrade to the defense here. Trent Alexander-Arnold coming from Napoli. He had less than 12 months on his contract left, so we got him on a bargain, £35.2 million. Welcome to the Wanderers. We have sold Diego Pampin to Deportivo in the Spanish League for £24.7 million. We make a massive centre-back signing, Dio Upamecano coming in from Everton for £42 million. Our backline has really gone from pretenders to contenders status. A very, very, very busy window here. Alexander-Arnold and Upamecano in. Harper, Coutinho Bayer and Pampin out. This is a good side. Very curious to see how we're going to go in the Champions League this season. And speaking of the Champions League, let's check out our group for the first time. We're in Group E, and I've got to say, it's a pretty interesting group. We've got Inter Milan, FC Porto, and Ajag Akmal, I believe their name is, or Alkmaar. I've probably just butchered that name, but I know they're from the Eredivisie. Anyways, will we get to the knockout rounds? I hope so. I don't know. Let's find out. So we have qualified for the knockout rounds by the skin of our teeth. We get through past AZ by 1 point. I didn't expect it to be like that. I thought Porto would put up more of a fight. Obviously not. Inter Milan have done pretty well, but we finish second in the group. We're through to the knockout rounds in season number 9, and we have a massive test in the round of 16. Manchester United. Don't know what to expect from this one, but it should be interesting come February. And a big goal for us, our main goal needs to be qualification to the Champions League every season from here on, regardless of whether we win it or not. We need to get Champions League football, so right now we're doing that, but it's a little bit too close for comfort. Let's have a good second half of the season. We're going to make a big pre-contract signing here. If we don't win the Champions League in this 9th season, we will have the North Korean striker Han Kwang-song joining us on a free transfer from Watford. That is a big pickup, and I look forward to welcoming him into the Western Sydney Wanderers club. So Han Kwang-song will be joining us next season, but he won't be able to help us right now against Manchester United, the round of 16 of the Champions League. Let's get it. Upamecano is going to be out injured for the first leg here. It is the home leg, which I don't like having the home leg first. I like having the away leg first to get some away goals, hopefully on the board, but not happening today. Bastoni in centre back. We are at the new Parramatta Stadium. Although if we're playing in the German league, I don't know how that would work out logistically, but you get the gist. The goal, well, that goes the goal. I was about to say the goal is to not concede too many away goals. And Sola gets them an away goal. 1-0 for Man United at the moment. Malang Sarr injured as well. Hopefully he is not out for long, because we don't want both our key centre-backs being out. Can we get an equaliser? No, we're not. 1-0, Man United, not good. Upamecano back, Sarr at full health. The away leg now travelling to Old Trafford. We need to score, no ifs, ands, or buts. And if we score, then we might have a big advantage. Well, it doesn't help when Lukaku scores, though. So we need 2. If we score 2 and United only have 1, we will go through on away goals rule. But we're running out of time every second. Mina gets injured for them. We need to score. That would have been a big goal if Malcolm could have got a penalty. But now, with 20 minutes to go, I'm not liking our chances. Last 10, we need 2. It's not going to happen, is it? Definitely not happening now, since Pogba made it 2-0. And we go out to Manchester United 3-0 on aggregate in the round of 16. Alright, good. We weren't in the title race necessarily, but we qualify for Champions League again in 3rd position. 2 points clear, which isn't comfortable, but we edge out Hoffenheim, Dortmund, Leverkusen, these sort of sides, and guarantee ourselves Champions League football for the 10th season. Stuttgart in the relegation playoff game, Augsburg and Werder Bremen automatically relegated. We were unable to do any work in the DFB Pokal this season, unfortunately. Bayern Munich did go on to win that. Stuttgart did edge out Ingolstadt in the relegation match, meaning they survive again. AC Milan win the Europa League. Sorry, not the Europa League, the Champions League. And it is Arsenal who win the Europa League. We keep on going. This rebuild's been a bit of a grind, but we head into the 10th season, trying to go further in the Champions League with the Western Sydney Wanderers. We begin Season 10 getting rid of our club captain. Been here for a very long time, Konstantinos Galanopoulos, going to Southampton for £33.4 million. We thank the Greek midfielder for his service. A massive pickup for our midfield, £55 million spent, bringing in Wendell from Inter Milan. Big signing. Welcome the Brazilian to the Wanderers. We have sold Alessandro Bastoni here. Wasn't in the club for too long, but we have shifted him on to Chelsea for £36.2 million. And I really hope we don't come up against Chelsea, because they've got Courtois and Mbappe. We're going for it this season, boys. Another massive signing Fructal was lagging a little bit behind the progress of the squad, so we've used him to our advantage, putting him in a deal with £35.39 million to bring in 88 rated Alex Merritt from Monaco. Our side is now looking like serious contenders. So it's been a very busy window. I still had one more piece of business I wanted to pull off, but we were unable to do it. We were about £1 million short, so hopefully we can sort that out come January. But Wendell and Merritt into the club, Fructal, Galanopoulos and Bastoni out of the club. I mean, look at that starting 11. That is a genuine competing starting 11 if you ask me, but we'll see if the FIFA gods are on our side. Let's go and see our Champions League group. So we've got a pretty tough group this time out. PSG, Sporting and Fenerbahce. Can we get out? We're in Group E again like last season, but can we get out of the group? I think we can't consider ourselves a genuine threat in the Champions League in this 10th season if we can't get out of the group. So let's see if we can do it. I'll see you guys in 3, 2, 1. Wow. What? Okay. What the heck are we witnessing here? We have finished undefeated, not even a draw. 6 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. Fenerbahce and us going through. PSG and Sporting, the two sides that I thought would give us the most grief, knocked out. This is 10 seasons into the future, really is an odd reality. But if you look at the top right hand corner of your screen, you will see that we are versing Lazio in the round of 16 of the Champions League. So hopefully a good opportunity for us to get past the round of 16 and further. And here we are on the 1st of January. We are in the title race, I guess, sort of. Actually, no, not really, because Bayern Munich are 12 points ahead of us. So let's get second position and let's make sure we have Champions League football for season number 11 if we don't win it this season. And a player departure here, as in real life the young striker, but in this save, 29-year-old Lachlan Scott is off to Freiburg for £1.1 million. And another one of our original Wanderers players is departing the club, as Ruan Antoniuk is off to Firth for £1.45 million. And this was the signing I was talking about earlier, a release clause bargain, as we bring in Luis Felipe for £11.5 million, valued at £26.5 million. I could not pass up this opportunity. So, Luis Felipe in, Lachlan Scott and Ruan Antoniuk out of the club. It's a good looking squad at the moment. Not sure whether Sar's going to grow anymore. Realistically, he should be, but we'll see if this team here can get the Western Sydney Wanderers Champions League glory. Let's get into it. Let's get into our round of 16 clash against Lazio. Alright, we have the away leg up first here. Two things to talk about. Wendell out through suspension. Brereton out through injury. So Wendell will be back for leg number 2. But can we get some away goals on the board here? You guys know I love the away leg first. We need a strong performance. Malcolm, that's the perfect start, getting us an away goal. 1-0 up here. Heading into the second half, another goal would be great, and we get it through Villalba. 2 away goals on the board. Now let's not get any injuries, maybe a third away goal. Malcolm gets a brace. We're 3-0 up. That is good. We couldn't ask for much more there. 3-0 up, heading into the second leg. Alright, time for the home leg now. Brereton out through injury still, but luckily Wendell is back for this second leg. We got a 3-0 advantage with 3 away goals. It's going to take one hell of a choke to get eliminated at this stage, but we know the FIFA gods. They can be a harsh mistress at times. We need a big performance here. Malcolm makes it 4-0 though, which is quite good. So Lazio now need 4 goals to get themselves through. Willock makes it 5-0. We are cruising. Malcolm makes it 6-0, baby. What a performance. Can we hit 7? A few minutes to do it. Oh, we know. We make it 6-0 though, and that is one hell of a way to get ourselves through to the quarterfinals. So we will be facing Schalke in the Champions League quarterfinals. Technically, if we're going off this rebuild, this is an all-German affair. Obviously not in real life, but an all-German affair here in the quarterfinals. Trent Alexander-Arnold is out for the next 5 weeks, I think it is, 4 or 5 weeks. So we're going to be missing him for definitely the quarterfinals. If we can get to the semi-finals, definitely the first leg of that, I would say. But Wendell does make it 1-0 in the first leg. Sorry, in the 7th minute, I should say. But yes, in the first leg, technically. They got a good side, though, Schalke. Butland, Foyth, Goretzka, Weigl. It's a good team, so we need to make sure we get some goals on the board to take into the second leg. Weigl gets them an away goal. Auer makes it 2-1 in our favour. A third goal would be nice, but it's not going to happen. 2-1 up, heading into the second leg against Schalke. So the away leg now against Schalke, and I was actually wrong about Alexander-Arnold. He is back, and he is in our squad. However, it's not a full-strength starting 11. Hernandez did get a suspension in the first leg, and Weigl gets the goal there. We get an away goal, which is good, but we're going to put Saar into left back, and then besides that, it's full strength. But we've cancelled out Schalke's away goal. So what's that? We're 3-2 up? Well, yeah, 3-2 up. And we've got no away goals in either favour. We get an away goal, they get a home goal, so we're still up by 1. We get a third away goal. We're in the driver's seat. I cannot work out the math at the moment, but fortunately, I know that we're going through to the semis because we win 3-2 in this game. What was it in the first leg? 2-1, so five goals for us. 3 for them, 5-3. God, that was embarrassing. Real Madrid versus the Western Sydney Wanderers in the Champions League semi-finals. It's going to be intense. It's going to really show us what we're made of. We're fighting for a spot to face either Chelsea or Barcelona in the Champions League final for season number 10. Can we do it? I'm not so sure, but we're going to give it a right old crack. The home leg up first here. We need to get off to a strong start. We cannot allow Real Madrid to get goals on the board. Our defense needs to be strong. We need to score. They've got a bloody good side. Malcolm in the 5th minute. Yes, you beautiful human. What a signing he has been so far. But we're only half an hour into it. We need to be strong. A second goal for us would be absolutely fantastic. Malcolm! A brace! 2-0! Oh my. Now we cannot allow Real Madrid to score. Final 10 minutes. Hernandez makes it 3-0. You are kidding me. We are 3-0 up against Real Madrid. Oh my god. So Real Madrid more than likely are going to lift here at the Santiago Bernabeu, the away leg. If we can get a goal on the board early, that would be massive in getting us to the Champions League final. We cannot allow Real Madrid to score early here. If it stays like this, I'll be more than happy. Okay, they've got a goal. The world is not over yet. Hopefully Dele Alli's not suspended for the final if we manage to get there. But Malcolm misses a penalty. I hope that doesn't prove to be bad for us. But Real Madrid need 2 more goals in the last 20 minutes. Come on, last 10. Surely they're not going to get it. Surely we are through to the Champions League final. Yes, we are. We, the Western Sydney Wanderers, are going to be facing either Chelsea or Barcelona in the Champions League final. So we will be facing Chelsea in the Champions League final here for the Western Sydney Wanderers rebuild.
And I really hope we don't come up against Chelsea because they've got Courtois and Mbappe.
Can we complete the rebuild in Season 10, or will we fall short and have to go again in Season 11? I certainly hope not. I mean, the challenge is to see how quickly we can finish it, but Chelsea, they have beaten Barcelona, AC Milan, and Lyon on their way to the final, so some very worthy opponents. We have taken down Real Madrid, Schalke, and Lazio, so we've had our fair share as well. It's really going to make for an interesting final. Before we get into it, however, we're going to have a look at the other results for tournaments. Juventus did win the Europa League. We finished 3 points short of Bayern Munich in not winning the the Bundesliga title. It would be nice to win the Bundesliga title, but at least it means if we lose to Chelsea tonight, we get to go again in the Champions League for Season 11. Hopefully we don't have to. Union Berlin in the relegation playoff. Stuttgart and Dusseldorf automatically relegated. We lost the final of the DFB Pokal 2-1 to Bayer Leverkusen. We've come so close to 2 trophies already this season. Let's not lose the Champions League final and make it a third. And we're going to have to wait and see for the relegation match Werder Bremen or FC Union. Hopefully we win tonight and don't have to ever see who wins that match. So here is a look at our squad report for the 10th season of the Western Sydney Wanderers rebuild. Hopefully it is the final time we have to look at this squad report, but I'm pretty proud of the squad that I have built so far. I always said to myself that when I did a Western Sydney Wanderers rebuild, given the personal connection I had to the club, that I wanted to make the squad really, really impressive and build a squad that I'm proud of, and at the moment I am proud of the squad we have built. It was very tough there for a long while. I thought we would have had to do about 20 seasons. Heck, we might have to do 20 seasons if we lose tonight, but for a while there it was a little bit touch and go. Wasn't sure how we were going to go, but we are in the Champions League final here in Season 10. Let's wrap it up, fellas. There is no Ante Kovic in goals, no Tommy Juric up front, but can the Western Sydney Wanderers win another Champions League title? We've been all over them so far in this game, but haven't been able to make the most of our opportunities. Let's hope that Chelsea don't make the most of theirs. Grimaldo, get rid of it! Get rid of it! Oh, they've missed it! Thank God it was a left back. If that was Mbappe in there, we would have been in big trouble, but we were so unlucky. How did we not get the ball like 3 times there? Oh God, thank God it's a left back. Malcolm's going to go through here to our captain, Dele Alli. Goes through back to Malcolm. Back to Dele Alli, passing it around, looking for an option. Just taking it nice and slow. Letting the players spread out. We go back to Dele Alli, who goes to Han Kwang-Song. We see Dele Alli. He gets there. He shoots and he scores. Our captain, Dele Alli, off the post, giving us a 1-0 lead in the Champions League final. The composure was amazing. Lovely hold up play from Wendell. Han Kwang-Song, beautiful vision. It all worked out there, and we have the lead in the Champions League final. Mbappe on the attack here for Chelsea. Can't let him get through. Can't let him get a shot off. Mbappe, big save merit. It's not over. Richarlison equalises. Alexander-Arnold out-jumped. Terrible defense from us. God damn it. How did we let Mbappe get that shot off? Terrible defense, and only 7 minutes later, 7 minutes of having the lead, we equalise. We concede a goal. That was just piss poor defense there. Good save from Merritt, but that is embarrassing. They're on the attack here. Well, we're on the attack, I should say. Han Kwang-Song. I see Dele Alli. Oh, we wanted to feed it through to Dele Alli, not to friggin' Willock. The passing on this game, man. We've got ourselves a throw in, though. We're going to go to Dele Alli. Quick ball here to Auer, who goes to Wendell. Let's go for a long shot. Wendell! Good save there from Thibaut Courtois. They're on the attack here, Chelsea. Mbappe causing us some headaches. Good defense from Luis Felipe. They continue to attack, though. Kylian Mbappe. Can't let him get in on goal. He muscles us off. Hits the bloody crossbar. Mbappe's a freak. For fuck's sake, Mbappe. He's too good. Mbappe causing us headaches. They go through, and it's a save from Merritt. Here we go. Auer. Good ball through to Willock. Come on, we need a good cross. We need some good runs in here. We're going to hope for the best. It goes in. Dele Alli scores another goal. Dele Alli embracing the final. Can you believe it? Oh my, I did not expect us to win that header. I thought Thibaut Courtois would have had that one covered for sure, but we've got the lead again here, and now we need to make sure we hold on to it. I really want to see what happened off this goal, though, because it goes in there. It's a beautiful cross. It's a beautiful header, I guess. Courtois, I could expect him to save that, but it was a pretty good header. Late reactions, but we have the lead. They're trying to push here for an equaliser. That's good strength shown from Luis Felipe, and we can hit him on the counter-attack. We know they're playing high attacking formations because of Davinson Sanchez being so high up, so we need to use that to our advantage. Come on, Wendell. Good cross. It falls out though to Auer, who's cutting around. Auer going to Wendell. Outside the box, straight into Courtois' gloves. Come on. Into the stoppage time. We just need to retain possession. If we do, we will win the Champions League final. Oh, I was going to say let's push for a third goal. Come on, let's stop the defense. There it is! The full-time whistle is blown, and the Western Sydney Wanderers are champions of Europe. Our captain, Dele Alli, proving to be the crucial player, picking up a brace. What a performance it was from him. I do not know how Mbappe did not put us to death. But anyways, fellas, that is going to conclude today's rebuild. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like on the video. It's taken me a very long time to make. Make sure you scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. And check out my social media links, all that good stuff. But it has been JarradHD here. I'll let you enjoy the title celebrations. I am out. Peace.
All the faces in this ocean come together, making memories in motion. We're the traces of the chosen. Let's come together with a heart wide open. A generation of renegades. We don't have to stay alone. So brother, sister, find your spaceship and let it take